All punk is his attitude. That's what makes it. The attitude, Joey Ramone. By making a comeback, I'm changing the attitude of people toward me. If I'd known that people would react so enthusiastically, I'd have done it years ago, Mark Spitz. People are living with a live and let live attitude which I like here in Mumbai, Tripti Dimri. Mankind's true moral test consists of its attitude towards those who are at its mercy, animals. And in this respect, mankind has suffered a fundamental debacle, Milan Kundera. Within 2 generations, there has been a complete revolution in the attitude of the trade unions toward women working in their trades, Florence Kelly. I'm not going to take this defeatist attitude and listen to all this crap anymore. From all these people who have nothing except doomsday to predict Carol Shelby. A lot of times, I find that people who are blessed with the most talent don't ever develop that attitude. The ones who aren't blessed are the most competitive, Tom Brady. Being black is not a matter of pigmentation. Being black is a reflection of a mental attitude, Stephen Biko. So long as you got your friends about your and a good positive attitude, you don't really have to care what everyone else thinks, Gail Porter. Sometimes, wearing a scarf and a polo coat with a certain attitude of walking, I go shopping or just look at people living. I don't mind being noticed, Marilyn Monroe. Everyone has their own greatness. Whether you reach it depends on your environment, your structure, the company you keep, and your attitude, I agree. Anything can happen, so you have to control your attitude and stay strong, Jason Day. My attitude towards drawing is not necessarily about drawing. It's about making the best kind of image I can make and talking clearly, Jim Dine. You just keep a positive attitude no matter what comes your way, challenges, roadblocks. Don't let it phase you, and you can overcome anything, Rose Namajunas. Music is the greatest art form. It serves different purposes. Some of it is background music. But the best songs are the ones that make you feel something and change your attitude. Elevator. We now occupy the proud attitude of a sovereign republic, which will only be accomplished by wise legislation and the faithful redemption of our pledges. Sam Houston. Critical thinking is about looking at the world in a playful, curious, and creative way, Adam Savage. Hope is favorable and confident expectation. It's an expectant attitude that something good is going to happen, no matter what we're facing, Joyce Meyer. When I pray, I always thank Mother Nature for all the beauty in the world. It's about having an attitude of gratitude, Miranda Kerr. If you take going to the bench as a demotion, you start with a bad attitude, Manu Ginobili. You need to have a can-do attitude. There is always a way, Alan Mulally. The attitude of the West and Russia toward crises like Ukraine is diametrically different. The West preserves borders. Russia sees Ukraine as patrimony, Henry Kissinger. A period of detention in a chilly upstate facility can be a great attitude adjuster, Judy Scheinan. People with a positive attitude aren't naive, they're often undervalued, but bring light and energy into the room, Amy Adams. To me, beauty is confidence. It comes from within and radiates through your attitude, Lisa. My dad has always advised me about attitude, believing talent is innate. But attitude shapes everything, Carlos Sainz Jr. Reason is an action of the mind, the fifth is an attitude. It's about staking yourself on something being true, Michael Ramsey. Constructive criticism is important, but I deliver it with intensity because people need to listen, Damon Dash. Let us change our attitude to programs. Explain to humans what we want computers to do, not just instruct them, Donald Knuth. I'm taking a wait-and-see attitude towards 3D, Christopher Nolan. I believe the only thing we really have control over is our attitude. Focus on the positive and learn to cope with surprises, Brandon Jenner. Each day, I come in with a positive attitude, trying to get better, Stefan Dex. I have to have an attitude of gratitude and not miss opportunities, Uriah Faber. Literature is dangerous. It awakens a rebellious attitude in us, Mario Vargas Llosa. Attitude is your acceptance of the natural laws, or your rejection of them, Stuart Chase. A positive atmosphere nurtures a positive attitude, which is required to take positive action, Richard M. DeVos. Luxury should automatically include sustainability and quality, reflecting an environmental attitude, Zhou Kenjitz. If someone says no to you, have the attitude to show them wrong. Work hard and get better like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. Our judgments reveal us. Nothing exposes us more than our attitude. When pronouncing upon others, Paul Valery. Things don't always go your way in football. Keep a positive attitude and a strong mentality to overcome setbacks, Giovanni dos Santos. In every country I've gone to, if you smile at people, they are happy. This is my attitude, Sun Hyung-min. The attitude toward life can often involve blindness to the suffering, and civil wars happening in the world in Hawaii. We submit to the majority because we must, but we are not compelled to call it respect, Ambrose Bierce. There is a brief moment when all of a man's soul is reflected in his eyes, hands, and attitude. This is the moment to capture Yusa Karsh. Mental attitude and concentration are the keys to pitching, Ferguson Jenkins. I was always a rebel. I probably could have gone further by changing my attitude. But I'm happy with how far I've come as I am, Veronica Lake. If you look hard at the bleeding heart attitude to throw money at problems, you realize it's a prejudice of low expectations, Andrew Forrest. The phrase slow is smooth, and smooth is fast reflects my attitude. Everything I've accomplished is due to that mindset, Jeff Bezos. Your attitude determines your success, recognition, reputation, and enjoyment as a lawyer, Georgia Mayo. I will keep smiling, be positive, and never give up. These are always my goals and my attitude, Yanni San. A positive attitude may help in coping with cancer treatments, but it does not cure cancer, just as negativity does not cause it, Siddhartha Mukherjee. I am responsible for my attitude toward the inevitable misfortunes that darken life, even if I can't prevent them, Walter Anderson. The dolls were an attitude. If nothing else, they were great attitude, Johnny Thunders. Revolutionary change must be preceded by a passive, non-challenging attitude, of frustration and willingness to let go of the past, Saul Alinsky. All we need is a change from a new frigid to a tropical attitude of mind, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. Before the sacred, people feel powerless. The nothing is sacred of itself. It becomes sacred through our attitude toward it, Max Stirner. The smile helps me keep a positive attitude and go on to the next play, Jordan Larson. At home in Ireland, there's a habit of avoidance, an ironical attitude towards authority figures, Seamus Heaney. Fashion isn't just about clothing, it's about attitude. Knowing what's right and doing what's right matters most, Hart Evangelista. Adopting a positive attitude adheres to your life, a spring to your step, and a sparkle to your eye, Christy Brinkley. Sales are contingent upon the attitude of the salesman, not the attitude of the prospect, W. Clements Long. Ben Schwartzwälder was a decent guy, but he was from another era. He was like a Marine with a real Army attitude, Jim Brown. A discipline I have observed is an attitude of love and reverence to people, Bessie had. No matter what the recipe, any baker can do wonders in a kitchen. With some good ingredients and an upbeat attitude, Buddy Valastro. I've always written songs that are mainly about attitude, not me personally, Lemmy. Democracy is not merely a form of government, it is primarily an attitude of respect and reverence towards fellow man, B.R.M. Badkar. Vampires are so old that they don't need to impress anyone anymore. It's this enigmatic strength that's very romantic, Stephen Moyer. I have a saddened and weakening attitude toward the media and press, Terry Fox. The prevailing attitude is that a good manager can manage anything, even with no special knowledge of the process, W. Edwards Deming. To so enter into nature and art that the enjoyed meanings of life become part of living is the attitude of aesthetic appreciation, George Herbert May. Certain thoughts or prayers, there are moments when, whatever the attitude of the body, the soul is on its knees, Victor Hugo. I just focus on what I can control, and that's how hard I play, and my attitude, Jalen Brunson. A lot can be said with just a look, or the way the body moves. Each song takes on a different movement and attitude, Eartha Kitt. Happiness is in our hearts. A lot of your attitude is not. In the circumstances you find yourself in, to those you create, Maeve Binchy. That attitude that fighting might not be fair, but you have to defend yourself, has shaped my activism, June Jordan. If someone has the wrong attitude, there is no need to pay attention to his arguments, John McCarthy. Not to notice the attitude in those around us is to sleep before evening, Walter Pater. You call to a dog, and it'll break its neck to get to you. Call to a cat, and its attitude is, what's in it for me, Louis Grizzard. You can't start a movie thinking the script is finished. That attitude means your movie is finished before you start, Steven Spielberg. I have a positive mental attitude that I know it takes blood, sweat, and tears to succeed, Steve Prefontaine. Having a clear faith based on the Church's creed is often seen as fundamentalism, but relativism isn't the answer, Pope Benedict XVI. If someone doubts you, by all means, pull out your pirate attitude and take to the high seas, Lindsay Stirling. The Italian style is a natural attitude. It's about good taste, not expense. Luxury can be bought, the good taste cannot. Diego del Lavello. Your attitude is contagious, Kevin Plank. The attitude that nature is chaotic and the artist imposes order on it is absurd. The goal is to order ourselves, Willem de Kooning. I revisit classic rock every moment of my life, because it has the spirit, attitude, and fire, Ted Nugent. It takes hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude to get to the top in business or sports, George Blanda. Attitude plays a big part in how you measure your dreams, Rudy Ruettiger. Failure is life nudging you that you're off course. My attitude to failure is about trying, not outcomes, Sarah Blakely. It's not aptitude, but attitude that determines altitude, Jesse Jackson. Some think being a sex symbol is about looks. Most women know it's about attitude, Kathleen Turner. Virtually nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it, and maintain a positive attitude, Liu Holtz. Spend time on home improvement. Improve your attitude toward family, Bo Bennett. Always keep that happy attitude, as if holding a fragrant bouquet of nightingale. There are plenty of ideas and discoveries left. It's all about the right attitude and path, John Vane. Out here in California, in the Pacific Ocean, the sharks have a bad attitude, Katie Mixon. In the business world, failure is apparently not an option. We need to celebrate failure as a stepping stone to success, Naveen Jain. Too much self-centered attitude brings isolation, loneliness, fear, and suffering, Dalai Lama. Yes, we're still 5 little people with a noisy attitude, Angus Young. I will not get very far with this attitude, Nancy Cartwright. I grew up in a rough environment. You want to be strong. And that attitude reflects how people see you, Maggie Pfeiffer. Attitude is more important than the past, education, money, circumstances, or appearance, Charles R. Swindoll. People in tough times, it doesn't mean they don't have a great attitude, Joel Osteen. It goes without saying that the Jewish people can have no other goal than Palestine. Our attitude toward our land is unchangeable. Peter Hetzel. Success or failure in business is caused more by the mental attitude than by mental capacities, Walter Scott. There's something implausible about thinking your attitude is going to cure disease, Marsha Angel. Spend some time improving your attitude, your most valuable tool, Bo Bennett. Being a sex symbol is not about looks. It's about confidence and attitude, Catherine Turner. Too much self-centered attitude, you see, brings isolation and fear, Dalai Lama. Virtually nothing is impossible in this world if you put your mind to it. And maintain a positive attitude, Liu Holtz. A positive attitude helps you overcome the odds, no matter how tough, Rudy Ruettiger. Measuring success in cultural diplomacy is challenging. Attitudes, empathy, and understanding are hard to quantify, Cynthia P. Schneider. Being a sex symbol has to do with attitude, not just looks, Kathleen Turner. It takes hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude to reach the top in any field, George Blanda. In the business world, failure must be reframed as a chance to grow and adjust, Naveen Jain. Always maintain a cheerful and uplifting attitude. It can transform situations, Earl Nightingale. There are still many important discoveries to make. The right attitude will lead us there, John Vane.